Before you embark on a journey of revenge, dig 2 graves. This ancient saying, attributed to the Chinese philosopher Confucius, holds a profound message about the destructive nature of negative habits and the toll they take on our well-being. In the context of today's discourse, we will explore the realm of spirituality, specifically focusing on the teachings of Buddhism. Buddhism, rooted in the compassionate teachings of Siddhartha Gautama, the Buddha, provides us with profound insights on how to navigate the complexities of life and achieve inner peace. However, in our pursuit of enlightenment, we often find ourselves shackled by habits that hinder our progress on the path to true understanding. Let us embark in this video on a journey of self-discovery and transformation as we explore 7 anti-Buddhism habits that, like weeds in the garden of the mind, need to be uprooted for the blossoming of a harmonious and fulfilling life. This exploration is not a condemnation but an invitation to introspection, growth, and the cultivation of a mindset conducive to peace and enlightenment. Habit 1. Attachment, the chains of materialism. Let's reflect on a timeless teaching that echoes through the ages, the wisdom of the Buddha, who illuminated the profound truth that attachment is the root of suffering. In our contemporary lives, this wisdom holds particular relevance as we navigate a world often consumed by the relentless pursuit of material possessions and societal validation. Consider for a moment the possessions that occupy our thoughts and desires, the latest gadgets, the trendiest clothes, the symbols of success and recognition. In our fervent pursuit of these external markers of achievement, we unwittingly become prisoners of our own desires. We find ourselves chained to a ceaseless cycle of acquisition, where the promise of happiness is elusive and the satisfaction derived from possessions proves to be fleeting. What we often overlook in the midst of this pursuit is the impermanence inherent in all things. The shiny new possessions we acquire will inevitably lose their luster, succumbing to the forces of time. The approval and admiration we seek from society are transient, as applause fades into silence and trends shift. Our attachment blinds us to the reality of impermanence, and in doing so, we sow the seeds of our own discontent. Breaking free from the chains of materialism necessitates a deliberate and conscious effort to detach ourselves from the transitory nature of possessions. It beckons us to reevaluate the true sources of contentment and fulfillment. True contentment, as the Buddha illuminated, is not found in the accumulation of possessions but in embracing the profound simplicity that underlies the present moment. Imagine for a moment a life liberated from the relentless pursuit of material gains. Envision the freedom that comes when possessions no longer dictate our sense of self-worth and societal validation takes a back seat to an internal sense of peace. This is not a call to forsake material comforts, but an invitation to reconsider our relationship with them. In cultivating detachment, we begin to unravel the chains that bind us to materialism. We open ourselves to a new way of being, one where possessions cease to define our identity, and societal validation becomes a secondary consideration. In this process, we discover a profound simplicity that transcends the superficialities of the material world. Habit 2. Ignorance, the veil of unawareness in the tapestry of existence. The Buddha's enlightenment unfolded as a profound understanding of the nature of reality. Central to this understanding is the concept of ignorance, a state of unawareness about the true essence of our existence. In our daily lives, we often find ourselves navigating through a fog of delusion, unaware of the intricate interconnectedness that binds all things. Consider for a moment the ways in which we move through the world, often preoccupied with the surface of things. We become entangled in the trivialities of life, distracted by the constant chatter of the mind. This state of unawareness, this veil of ignorance, shrouds us from the deeper truths that underlie our existence. The ignorance that the Buddha spoke of is not a condemnation but an invitation, a call to recognize the limitations of our perceptions and to actively seek a higher understanding. It is an acknowledgement that our habitual way of seeing the world is often colored by illusion, preventing us from truly grasping the interconnected web of life. By removing the veil of unawareness, we embark on a transformative journey. Mindfulness, in the Buddhist tradition, becomes the lantern that pierces through the darkness of ignorance. It is a practice that invites us to be fully present in each moment, to observe without judgment, and to discern the subtle threads that connect us to the vast tapestry of existence. Cultivating mindfulness is not about escaping reality, but about embracing it with a heightened awareness. It's about seeing beyond the superficial appearances that often deceive us and tapping into the wisdom that lies beneath the surface. In doing so, we begin to unveil the beauty inherent in every moment, recognizing the profound interconnectedness that binds us to each other and to the universe. Habit 3. Aversion, the poison of hatred. Consider for a moment the prevalence of hatred in our world, the animosities that divide nations, the prejudices that fuel discrimination, the personal grudges that fester in the recesses of our hearts. Hatred, in all its forms, is a poison that not only consumes those it is directed towards but also taints the soul of the one who harbors it. The Buddha's wisdom offers us a profound insight. The antidote to the poison of aversion is found in nurturing compassion and understanding. It is a call to recognize that in the act of hating, we bind ourselves to negativity and perpetuate a cycle of suffering. By choosing love over hatred, we break free from these destructive cycles and pave the way for healing and reconciliation. Imagine a world where compassion becomes our default response to differences, where understanding replaces judgment, and where love extinguishes the flames of hatred. This is not a naive utopian vision, but a pragmatic call to action. It is a recognition that the healing power of love has the capacity to dismantle the divisive barriers that hatred erects. Letting go of the poison of aversion is not a sign of weakness, but a testament to our strength and resilience. It is a conscious decision to rise above the destructive forces that seek to pull us down. In cultivating love and compassion, we not only free ourselves from the burdens of hatred, but also contribute to the creation of a more harmonious and compassionate world. Habit 4. Restlessness, the turbulent mind. Consider for a moment the pace of our lives, the incessant demands, the constant notifications, the never-ending to-do lists. Our minds, much like turbulent seas, become ensnared in a storm of thoughts, preventing us from experiencing the calm that resides within. The Buddha's teachings beckon us to a practice of mindfulness meditation, a powerful tool that allows us to anchor ourselves in the present moment. This practice serves as a sanctuary of calm amidst the storms of life. It is an invitation to silence the restless mind and discover the serenity that lies beneath the surface of our thoughts. Mindfulness meditation is not an escape from reality, but a journey into the depths of our own being. It is a conscious choice to pause, to breathe, and to observe without judgment. In this practice, we create a space where the turbulence of the mind gradually settles, revealing the stillness that is our true nature. Imagine, if you will, a mind that is like a clear, tranquil lake, a mind that reflects the world with clarity and serenity. This is the promise of cultivating stillness amidst the restlessness. It is a journey inward, a reclamation of our mental landscape from the chaos that often dominates it. The benefits of such a practice extend beyond the moments of meditation. As we integrate mindfulness into our daily lives, we find that the storms of stress and anxiety lose their power. We become more present, more attuned to the richness of each moment, and more resilient in the face of life's challenges. Habit 5. Ego, the illusion of self. Consider for a moment the ways in which we cling to the idea of self, the desires, the fears, the attachments. The Buddha's wisdom pierces through this illusion, revealing that the ego is a transient phenomenon, a fleeting shadow that dances in the light of our consciousness. It is not a solid, unchanging entity, but a fluid and ever-changing narrative that we create in our mind. By transcending the ego, we embark on a transformative journey. It is a journey of freeing ourselves from the chains of self-centeredness, a shedding of the illusions that bind us to a narrow sense of identity. As we dissolve the concept of self, we open our hearts to the interconnected web of life, the boundless unity that underlies all existence. Imagine a world where the barriers of I and other begin to dissolve, where the boundaries that separate us from the world and each other blur. This is not a call to negate individuality, but an invitation to recognize that our individual selves are intricately woven into the fabric of a larger, shared reality. Transcending the ego is not an act of self-denial, but a profound act of self-discovery. In letting go of the illusion of self, we discover a spaciousness within, a profound peace that arises when the confines of selfhood are dismantled. It is in this space that we find a truer sense of who we are, beyond the labels, beyond the egoic constructs. As we dissolve the illusion of self, we come to realize that our well-being is intricately connected to the well-being of others, to the well-being of the planet. The boundaries that once confined our compassion begin to expand, and we recognize that the path to true fulfillment lies in the shared journey of all living beings. Habit 6. Impatience, the enemy of mindful progress. In the hustle and bustle of our modern existence, impatience has become an all too familiar companion. The Buddha, in his profound wisdom, guides us to recognize impatience as a formidable obstacle on our journey of self-discovery. He invites us to understand that true progress is not a sprint but a gradual, deliberate process. Much like the steady drip of water wearing away stone, cultivating patience is not an act of passivity but a conscious choice to savor the journey of self-discovery. It is an acknowledgement that the path to profound understanding and transformation is a gradual unfolding, a process that cannot be rushed without sacrificing depth and authenticity. Imagine a world where impatience no longer dictates our actions, where the need for immediate results is replaced by a mindful perseverance. This is not a call to abandon ambition, but an invitation to infuse our pursuits with a sense of patience and mindfulness. In doing so, we create the space for true progress, allowing the wisdom within us to blossom at its own pace. As we release the grip of impatience, we become attuned to the rhythms of our own growth. The journey of self-discovery becomes a tapestry of experiences, each thread woven with care and attention. We learn to appreciate the nuances of our own evolution, recognizing that the gradual process of transformation is an integral part of the destination itself. Habit 7. Clinging to the past, the chains of regret. The past, with its tapestry of triumphs and tribulations, often becomes a heavy burden we carry into the present. The Buddha, in his profound teachings, urges us to recognize the chains of regret that bind us to the bygone days. He emphasizes the importance of living in the here and now, of allowing the present moment to unfold with the freshness of a new dawn. Learning from the past is a crucial aspect of our growth, but clinging to it can be paralyzing. The Buddha encourages us to navigate the delicate balance between reflection and release. It is in this delicate dance that we find the key to liberating ourselves from the chains that bind us to the regrets of yesterday. Imagine a life unencumbered by the ghosts of the past, where each moment unfolds with the possibility of renewal. Releasing the chains of regret is not an act of forgetting, but a conscious choice to no longer be enslaved by the mistakes that cannot be undone. It is an invitation to cultivate forgiveness, both for others and, perhaps more importantly, for ourselves. As we free ourselves from the burdens of the past, we create space for the present to blossom. The present moment, with its infinite possibilities, becomes a canvas upon which we can paint a new and vibrant picture. It is in the richness of the present that we find the power to shape our future, unencumbered by the chains of yesterday. In conclusion, as we reflect on these 7 anti-Buddhism habits, let us embrace the understanding that the journey to self-discovery is an ongoing, transformative process. By recognizing and releasing these habits, we pave the way for a life characterized by compassion, wisdom, and inner peace. May each of us strive to remove these obstacles from our lives, aligning ourselves with the profound teachings of Buddhism and fostering a harmonious existence that not only benefits us but extends to all sentient beings. In this collective journey of transformation, let the light of awareness be our guide, and may the wisdom of the Buddha illuminate our path. As we traverse this path together, I invite you to join our community by liking this video and subscribing to my YouTube page, Positive Feeling. Your support allows us to continue sharing valuable insights and lessons for personal growth and well-being. Don't hesitate to share this content with your friends and loved ones so that everyone can partake in the wisdom and find inspiration on their own journey. Thank you for being a part of this community, and may the teachings resonate in your hearts, bringing about positive transformation in your lives.